Thanks for staying tuned with Property It's Hot. Now, the National Green Tribunal, which is India's dedicated environment court, recently ruled that for Delhi, no new land or flat can be allotted unless the structure has a rainwater harvesting system in place. Also, a committee has been formed to monitor existing systems in localities. So if you and your RWA are keen to adopt rainwater harvesting, then here's my guide to get you started. If the monsoons have hit your city, then don't just enjoy the rains. Make a pledge to harvest those rains too. The concept of rainwater harvesting is all about going back to the basics. And India, in fact, has a long-standing tradition of our ancestors harvesting water in their homes. Today, once again, people are waking up to this humble technology. And a successful example of that can be seen in Delhi's Nizamuddin East Colony. Residents here have come together to lay down a colony-wide network of rainwater recharge wells.
We've actually dealt with our waterlogging problems to a very large extent in this colony. I think maybe we're down to about 10% of the problem that we used to have way back then. Also, the quality of the water that we've seen has improved hugely. So not only has our water table come up, and you know that when we look at these figures standalone, they look like, okay, yes, you have an improvement from say about 70 to 80 feet coming up to about 20 to 25 feet, which is commendable. But you've got to also see that this is the same period in which this colony has seen two real estate booms.
The runoff from the rains is drained into these stormwater wells that are placed at points most prone to waterlogging. That accumulated water is then redirected to rainwater harvesting pits through underground pipes. Filter media like pebbles, gravel or sand at the bottom of the pit will refine the rainwater. A perforated pipe is inserted right up to the groundwater table of that area, and the filtered water then seeps into the pipe through the pores to meet your ground aquifer. Rainwater collected on rooftops or courtyards can also be transported through pipes into storage tanks. This water can be used for gardening or cleaning cars. The beauty of rainwater harvesting is that you can actually get creative with saving water.
This is a simple stormwater inlet. Every house has this type of inlet. What we have done, we have raised a wall around it so that water does not enter into the structure and get wasted flowing into the drain, but rather it is forced to flow into this type of structure, which is again a type of recharge structure. This is RCC slab, small RCC slab. Below that you have a pipe through which water enters and the groundwater. Initially, when this structure was not there, we used to have a water logging in front of the gate. Now things have been sorted, and we have not only have an increase in the groundwater level, but we have solved our water logging problem also.
The technique is fairly simple, but how does one get started? Organizations like the Center for Science and Environment and government bodies dealing with water management offer knowledge support and assistance to install rainwater harvesting systems. You need to first conduct a water audit. Identify your catchment areas, which means the surface which collects the maximum amount of rainfall. It could be a rooftop, garden, courtyard or open ground. Next, estimate the pattern of rainfall you get in your area. This will give you an indication of whether to store rainwater or to recharge it. Also note the peak intensity of the rainfall you receive. This will tell you what size of the storage or recharge structure should you build. Now dig out some geological and hydrological data. This will help you select the site of your harvesting system. Find out if the soil in your area is rocky or sandy or loamy to estimate if it will be conducive to water infiltration. The cost incurred varies from site to site. When communities pool in their resources, the investment goes down. The major chunk of the expenses go in pipe connections. For instance, for buildings of about 300 square meters, the cost would start from 2,000 rupees and will go up to 30,000 rupees per structure. Learning from the example of Nizamuddin East Colony in Delhi, your RWA can approach your municipal corporator or MLA to fund the project. State governments provide a certain percentage of subsidy, while others offer a rebate on property tax as incentives. So while local municipalities are serious about promoting rainwater harvesting, it hasn't seen large-scale success.
The basic issue is that funds, municipalities worldwide, if you look at municipalities, they're generally in the red. This is the bane of all civic bodies. So finding adequate funding is a problem, and then also making your own junior staff realize that how important it is to conserve water. It somehow does not figure in everyone's priorities as yet.
Their outlook has been a little standalone, put one down here, put one down there. Also, they only execute, they do not maintain. And the benefit accrues from year after year after year after year, catching that rainwater and recharging it. They also have a few riders to say that, ideally their projects must be executed by CPWD approved contractors. That makes it cumbersome sometimes for people.
Water, the elixir of life, is precious and limited. If we are taking from Mother Earth, it's our responsibility to give back as well. So join hands with your community and start harvesting rainwater to provide for a better tomorrow. Vasudha Sharma, NDTV. Decorating a home is an ongoing process. You scout and hunt and pick and choose that perfect piece to suit your living spaces. But often people go blank when it comes to that one standout bare wall in your drawing room. Here are some ideas to add character to a blank wall.
Mirrors have a magical way of adding depth to a room, and they tend to lighten an otherwise overpowering bare wall. Go for decorative frames in wood or metal for the mirror. You can place a cabinet underneath and place a lamp or photo frame on top. For those who collect art of various kinds, a bare wall can be the perfect canvas for you to display your treasure. From ceramic plates to coins to other trinkets that you may have collected during your travels. Go ahead, showcase all of that on the bare wall in your drawing room or foyer. Share special moments of your family and friends in a collage of photo frames. Go for an abstract placement or geometric placement. Dark wooden frames look classic and work well against the white of the wall. Another smart concept is to add modular shelves at certain gaps from each other on the bare wall. You can place photo frames, books, artifacts on these shelves and instantly add volume and character to the wall. Wall clocks are art in themselves. Go for oversized vintage clocks to add elegance to the wall.
Today on Beautiful Homes, we visit a very famous Bangalorean's home who has made environment her mission apart from music being her passion. Anjali Istiwal gets talking with singer Vasundhara Das on why she believes there's no place like her home.
She's a singer, she's an actress, she's an entrepreneur, and she's also an activist. Of course, she's a lady who wears many hats. We have with us Vasundhara Das. Vasundhara, thank you for talking to us. Everyone knows that you're passionate about music, but are you passionate about environment also?
Yes, I am, and there's a reason why. Living in Bangalore, especially in the locality that I live in, which is Malleshwaram, we've been brought up with certain values that echo, conservation and things like that. So I've actually grown up with words like biogas and all of that stuff echoing in the house, like a normal conversation, as much as music featured, in our conversations. So it's made me kind of aware as a child, and then when I grew up, there was no other way to live.
Indeed, there wasn't. And that's why Vasundhara bought this 3-bedroom flat in Malleshwaram in Bangalore. The flat is surrounded by greenery from all sides. Coconut trees moving in the wind seem to be swaying to Vasundhara's music. Each room comes with a balcony so that the whole house is lit up naturally the entire day. The balcony in the sitting room is a small but a cozy twosome space and gives alfresco cafe feel. The drawing room is simple yet elegant and has bright accents, but the walls have been kept largely bare. The kitchen is warm and cozy, completely done up in wood, and again with the balcony giving a peek into the bright green world outside.
When I look at your house, obviously, there is so much natural light and there is this positive energy here. So, when you were choosing your house or when you're doing it up, how were you trying to also think about the impact on the environment?
It's really amazing to open your door every morning and have green and have birds, and there's a lot of bird activity outside, so I can sit there for hours. It's really inspirational for me because my craft is music. So it works on so many different levels.
Vasundhara has taken a passion for environment a step further by installing solar panels, and now she hopes that others will also realize the importance of green living. From Bangalore, Anjali Istwal for NDTV.
And that's it for this week. For more feature stories on homes and buying tips, log into our website ndtv.com/property. Also, you can write in to us with your feedback and questions at hotproperty@ndtv.com. Until next time, take care. Goodbye.